Hello, everyone, and welcome to Club La Santa Ironman Lanzarote. My name's Kevin McKinnon, and I'm here with last year's Kona runner-up, Sam Laidlow. I'm guessing that never gets tiring to hear.
I would like to win it one day, but I guess it's the second best time in history. So that's what I remind myself of. It's probably the best second place, I guess, that there's ever been. No, it was a special day, and I'm fully conscious of that. I'm not sure these days come around like that every single Ironman. And yeah, just everything fell into place. I've done lots of Ironmans that I've led and blown up, and this was the first day where I didn't blow up, and I don't think anybody was expecting it. And yeah, it was just all the stars aligned. I guess it's been a race that I'd been targeting, both my family and I'd been targeting since I've been a kid, and yeah, it all fell into play.
Um, you sort of talk about, quote unquote, not blowing up there. You had, sort of been out in front at so many events over the years. I think Ironman UK was one of the first
Mm.
ones where it seemed like you were on your way there and didn't quite pan out. So was there anything different, or was it just that day worked?
I think I was definitely running on emotions. As I said, I'd been thinking about this race my whole life pretty much, and then on top of that, I think like physiologically, the main thing I'd done was actually set myself a proper hydration plan. I have a really high sweat rate, and that day I managed to stick to it. Everything went well. I didn't lose a single bottle. Every single aid station, I drank exactly what I needed to, and yeah, it just meant that I wasn't dehydrated. And for instance, as you said, Ironman UK, I think I came off the bike with more than 15-minute lead over Joe Skipper, who isn't nobody. He's come fifth in Kona, and I with 10k to go, I think I still had 9-minute lead or something. And then even though it was a freezing cold day, I was obviously clearly still sweating, but I hadn't drunk enough. And suddenly the lights went out with like 9k to go, and I kind of hobbled to the finish line, and Joe caught the lead up like that, and I came second there. And that's how I got my slot to St George Worlds. St George was a decent race. I'd been really ill leading into it, but I still came eighth, which was obviously I was really chuffed with that. Um, and then yeah, funny enough, when I saw the times that everybody'd done in St George, I was like, well, this course I'm sure is slower than Kona, and so in my head I was like, well, in Kona there's going to be at least 10 guys that go under 8 hours, and funny enough, that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, well, first four in Kona last year, breaking the old course
Mm.
record, and you setting a new bike course record there, which leads me to Saturday. You get to race against the person who held that record before, Cam Wurf, known as this Uber cyclist and
Yeah.
everything. And we were just at the press conference joking about you guys duking it out on the bike. Do you actually go into the race thinking like that?
I don't, but then when you're in it, you think, oh, it would be nice just to have a faster bike split. I remember in Kona, I held a wee in because I didn't want to slow down and stop pedaling and wee myself, whilst because I was worried that he would get a faster bike split. And there would be nothing worse than me breaking the bike course record, and then 3 minutes later, him coming and beating it again. So yeah, it was definitely in the back of my mind in Kona. Here, I think is as you know, it's a very different course to Kona. It's very hard, and I think it will definitely suit the slightly lighter guys, just by the amount of climbing there is. That being said, for a slightly bigger guy, I do climb well, and it's harder, it's longer, So you could argue that I've got longer on the bike to make a difference to the other athletes. But I think it will. I think this course will suit Cam down to the ground. When you do 250 k's flat out in a peloton every day, I mean, he's used to hurting his legs, and I think sometimes us triathletes are not quite that used to it. You can't simulate this kind of 180k full gas in training.
Yeah. What's it like? Talk about the quote unquote best second to get. So your life's changed quite dramatically
Yeah.
since that, and a lot of pressure. Um, and I talked about you won a race in Gran Canaria, and to me that was a great sign that you were able to sort of handle all of that and win when you're supposed to. But what is it like to kind of deal with all of that?
Yeah. I think I was really, although I'd thought of Conan performing there my whole life, I'd never really thought about the impact it could have on my life, which is silly, really. And I hope that if there are some younger kids like watching it and wanting to win Kona, they need to also think that to be sure that they want the whole package. It's not just you win Kona and then or come second in Kona and then walk away and you can go back to your normal lifestyle. So the most of my work's been to try and keep the simple life that I had before Kona, because it clearly worked. I haven't, I just do my thing. I train with my dad and in a grotty garage, it's not grotty, but that's like compared to the Norwegians, who have all the lab and the science, and I think that's what people liked about it, and they like the kind of David vs Goliath story, and yeah, so I've tried to keep that, even though obviously there's been a lot more commitments, which can be difficult, but equally I've got so much more support now, and before Kona, I mean, I'd never aero tested. I was like just randomly sellotaping bits around my like I got the bike 6 days before Kona, just fitted it myself, and so now I've got so much support and a lot less. I think I said after Gran Canaria, I've got no excuses not to perform, and that's how I feel. And for me, the bigger my team gets, the more I feel like I can't let them down, and I think that's what explained my performance in Gran Canaria. And even though I wasn't having a great day, I couldn't perform how I normally would on the bike or the swim. And I still managed to win just because I feel I feel like I've gone up a level in terms of my mental strength since Kona.
Finally, what would it mean to get that first Ironman title here on Saturday?
Yeah, it would mean a lot. Although, yeah, Ironman Lanzarote hasn't got like all the best athletes in the world. It's still a bucket list race, and it's one that since I've been a kid, I've been flicking through Triathlon 220 magazines or triathlete magazines, and it always talks about Lanzarote. It's a mythical race, and I get to see why, I guess, on Saturday, and yeah, super excited.
We're excited to have you here. Thank you so much, and good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it.
He's Sam Laidlow. I'm Kevin McKinnon. Thank you for joining us here at Club La Santa Ironman Lanzarote.